My dear Roxanne, it is March 1977. I've spent the last 2 nights digging myself and as many humans as I could out of the rubble. An earthquake, something like I've never even imagined, something that was not natural in origin. I had to block everything out. I cannot take the screams of the spirits. So many dead. Thousands of buildings collapsed all over the country, but Bucharest was the worst. No light, no water, no supplies, no communication. The barons had fledglings running around delivering messages, whilst the backpacks ran freely, feasting on the victims. So many disappeared. Several fights with frenzied lupine started, and everything is still chaos. I'm sorry, I can't focus a single thought. I can't form a coherent phrase. It is unbecoming, unusual of me not to keep my cool. But the bodies keep piling up. The tragedies seem unending. The house, our house, is gone. When it started, I was about to leave and meet Antonov. He wanted to plan for that fucking tyrant's return, and he's away in Nigeria right now, shaking hands with another dictator he can learn from. The walls rumbled, a shiver went through me, and I felt my cold blood freeze solid. I heard a loud crack, and 2 stories collapsing on top of me as the wooden floor swallowed me whole. It took me hours to summon the strength to move. I knew it was horrible for everyone else, and I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to experience it. But I dug my way through until my fingers bled. When sunrise came, I felt my will leaving me. I wanted to give it up, hoped some poor bastard would find me during daytime. A moment of shock for him, a painful but quick end for me, for my desperation and my sorrow. And it almost happened, but nightfall came, and with it an unexpected rescuer. The thought that maybe this existence had much more in store for me. I heard the large man digging like a machine. The rhythm was constant, unwavering, committed. He picked up piece after piece of broken concrete, as if he knew I was there. Maybe he did, maybe a sixth sense had awakened in him. I felt him before I saw him. A large, comforting hand grabbing my scraped arm with confidence. He pulled, and in the dim light of a fading electric lantern I met his dark eyes. He smiled, a satisfied, almost dumb grin of joy. The expression of a simple man managing an impossible task. He thought he had saved a life. He managed to say that he lived nearby, or used to anyway. He had dug himself out as well, and proceeded to try and look for others. He spoke more, but all I could see was his bull-like neck. Tan skin, thick flesh, bulging veins, beckoning. My mouth was on it before I could think, and I drank a dip. It took all of me to stop, but it was almost too late. He had went pale, and he was barely breathing. There was no hesitation, no thought. I opened up my wrist with a fang and fed him this cursed blood. I didn't know what would happen exactly. I just hoped he wouldn't turn. He awoke moments after, dizzy and confused, but oddly calm. He stared at me with eyes that gave away some sort of wisdom or understanding that didn't fit a farmhand like him at all. He asked me softly what had happened, and would have none of my lies. He asked what I was, what I did to him, and then, in that one moment, for the first time in a very long time, I shared his peace, and I just told him what had happened. He nodded, thought about it for a bit, and then just grinned that grin at me again. I stared puzzled, scared almost. And John, my brave, honorable John, said, "Well, now I feel even stronger, so I'm going back to trying to save some folks. Are you coming with me?" No. I nodded at my fresh new ghoul absent-mindedly. It took me hours to realize that I had changed this man's life, but it felt as if he had changed mine even more. We dug out over 24 people together, 8 still alive, a few wounded, some already gone. For 2 nights I felt as if I was his helper and not the other way around. Damn, Roxanne. Just when I thought the last spark of devotion to this mission was dead and I could finally rest. Damn disbelief in humanity. Damn it for needing a catastrophe to restoring my faith.